Yo, fish are just coming into the feeding time. Oh, that'd be throwing. Oh no! That's number 5. Again, not a monster, but they're fun. Sometimes the kayaker gets towed by the boat. Sometimes the boat gets towed by the kayaker. Cannibalism, but that's what I'm in. We need a few more of these. We need one more fish. There it is. Fish on! That's a toad, brother. Golly! All right, guys, so it is day 2 of my Wisconsin fishing adventure. I wasted one day. Well, I had one day of weather, so I couldn't fish. I mean, it was bad, winds, rain, everything. That partially blew out the river on the second day, so I only got 2 hours in. And this morning I had a bunch of video editing to do and things like that. And so I'm getting out on the water a little bit late today. The plan is if I can get my 22 fish, well, 21 because I did catch that one smallmouth, then I will get on the road tonight and start working my way through Minnesota back towards North Dakota, because I plan on fishing a little bit more in Minnesota, trying to upgrade and hang out with some friends there and catch some fish. But if not, I will have to camp here tonight and then I will finish up tomorrow. So I came to a place that's known for numbers because that's what I need. Brought the family here back in 2019 when we filmed an episode of my TV show here. Everybody caught fish. I caught a lot of fish. So since I needed numbers, I decided to come to a place with numbers. So I've got about 2.5 hours today to knock out 20 fish. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, guys, first fish on the board, and like I said, oops, in this instance, it's quantity over quality because I've got to get numbers. I know several places I could go in Wisconsin to catch bigger fish, but I've got to get numbers first, and then if I have a chance to come back and upgrade, I will. But for the most part, this is a numbers game today. So 22 fish, 22 states, 2022. This will be number 2 in Wisconsin, and I've got to I've got to be diligent. As you can tell, the wind is blowing like crazy out here. Whoa, calm down, brother, buddy. And oops, I need to be able to bang these things out. And so far the wind has been a problem. The rain has been a problem. The rain is gone, the wind is here. I can deal with the wind. So fish are hungry, they're ready, let's get them. There is number 2 for the day and number 3 when you count that smallmouth from day 1. So we're going to keep on easing into the wind. I'll show you guys what I'm catching these fish on in just a second, because if you want to get a kid hooked on fishing, if you want to catch some numbers, it is absolutely the jam, especially in spring, late spring into summer. Here we go. So we're off to a good start. We keep catching them at that clip, we're going to be good. But what I'm catching these fish on is a Booyah Pond Magic. This is basically a downsized spinnerbait with one willow leaf and one little tiny Curado kicker blade. And man, if you want to catch numbers, and honestly, I've even caught 2 fish over 10 pounds on this thing because I was pond fishing and I was trying to catch numbers, and we were trying to catch fish to call out of a pond, you know, to manage it for trophies, and ended up catching 2 pound, and one just hit it again, catching 2 10-pounders on it. So though it's designed for a little bit smaller fish, it's also a great, it actually can be a, you know, they say big fish, big bait, but elephants also eat peanuts. And guys, I apologize if this audio is horrible. In most cases, I've got a wind mic on there. I don't have it with me on this trip. My son Austin's got it. So when he hooks back up with me, the audio will improve. And we're also going to start working on better camera setups and, you know, just better overall video production altogether. Everything going to 4K and 5K and cinematic and all that good stuff. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me until then, because until then, you just got me. And I'm gonna do the best I can. I will try to get the mic set up correctly for this forward camera so that you get better audio, or I'll just do the interview parts separate so that you guys understand what I'm saying. So here we go. Again, Booyah Pond Magic. These things are deadly. deadly, deadly. And these fish are just coming into the feeding time. Oh, there we go. There's another one. And should be getting real active, otherwise I'd be throwing. Oh no, I can't be affording that. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. Golly, come on, Chad. Gotta fish clean, brother. Gotta fish clean. Oh, that was a good one too. Well, decent one. You know, better for here. Good for here. Good for here. You know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. But anyway, this thing is deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly when it comes to catching numbers of fish. And it also works really well when you're sitting in a situation where you got pressured fish. But what I was saying was, if I wasn't fishing this, I would be fishing like a 4-inch wacky rig SENKO and freaking putting it on them. But for now, I'm gonna fish this dude. Again, numbers is the deal. So the main reason I'm even videoing this to show it to you guys, because it is probably going to be something of a dink fest, is there's always that chance of catching a good fish. But this is also one of those baits you can show your kids how to fish. You can take a first-time angler out and get them excited about fishing. So it's also, ironically enough, happy Father's Day to all y'all knuckleheads out there. It is Father's Day today, so this is a good example of a lure that you could take out and let your kids actively fish. They're casting and winding and they're having a good time, and they feel like they're more involved in the fishing than just sitting there waiting on a bobber to go down. And so it is a deadly, deadly, deadly tool for getting a kid or a new angler hooked on fishing. I think that is 4. Should be 5. Real active, otherwise I'd be throwing. Oh no! Gotta fish cleaner. Gotta handle the fish better. Probably should just be netting anyone that's even a slight chunker. But so far, so good. These old reliable lures for catching numbers are old reliables for a reason. They catch numbers. And the reason that I'm using this perch color is because this color works really well after the brim spawn. It works really well anywhere there are perch. And I'm up north, so there are perch here, so this color works really well. But this color works really well even back down in the south, because it looks like a sunfish or a bluegill, copper-nosed brim. It looks, you know, a little bit like all of those. And I really think the gold color helps quite a bit when you've got a grass bottom. And I wanted to downplay the flash just a little bit because this water is like uber clear. And a little color and a little flash always do well for me in uber clear water. Trying to get a few of them bonus fish before I go to the spot where I really know they're at. A little better fish. Ooh, I think that's number 5. We'll count here in a second. Again, not a monster, but they're fun. All right, guys, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. I shut off the camera to call my dad for Father's Day, and haven't had a bite in about an hour. And so I moved over here to the deeper side, and it just seems like that the small pond magic ain't got its mojo over here. So I'm gonna try throwing a little bit bigger bait. I'm gonna throw the golden shiner chatterbait for a minute. I may even upsize to a accent river spinnerbait for a little bit. But also this shaded side's looking real juicy for the buzz bait. So that might be the next jam, is to throw the old buzz bait. Might even downsize to a small buzz bait so I can also catch those smaller fish. There's got to be some big ones in here too that'll eat this old chatterbait. Make a pass down through here, throwing that old standby. That thing's been good this year, not only for me, but a lot of people fishing tournaments, fishing recreation, you know, people on YouTube. That golden shiner color chatterbait right there has been the bomb. That's the old jackhammer. I've also got some mini maxes that I might try, because those mini maxes are the best of both worlds. They're smaller profile, and they got that chatterbait vibration profile. It really talks to them. So it's not every day a couple of folks yell at you from the pier and tell you that a boat has drifted away, and then you can bring it back to the owner. So, but today is that day. It's very funny. Sometimes the kayaker gets towed by the boat. Sometimes the boat gets towed by the kayaker. You want it right here at the ramp? Either one. I can take it to the ramp.
Dude, thanks.
There you go, sir.
I got a beer for you.
Oh, good, man. Appreciate it.
No.
Just go follow my YouTube channel.
What is it?
Chad Hoover Fishing. Nah, dude.
No.
It's on me, man. Put that in your pocket. Give it to one of them kids right there. Happy Father's Day. Yes. Just follow me on YouTube. It's on the back of my truck right there. Chad Hoover Fishing.
Are you doing a light shot right now?
What's that? Yeah.
You got any fish lately?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've got like 6.
Where you out of?
Nashville, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville.
So you go around town?
Huh?
You go around the state? The United States?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, good luck, buddy.
Thanks,
We'll
man.
check it out.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, since I towed that boat back up here, I might as well just run back through the stretch where I was catching them early again. See if I can't pick up a few more. And, you know, the sun's still got a minute. I also got 15 fish left to catch, so it was looking good right out of the gate. Then things slowed down. All right, number 6 or 7, not 100% sure. But had the camera off for a while because it was hot and I wasn't catching anything. Things slowed down a bit. So now it looks like we might be back on track, boys and girls. Are we gonna run out of daylight? That's the question. Caught that one on the Mini Max chatterbait with a Yamamoto twin tail grub trailer. Looks a lot like a panfish, like a little bluegill or a brim coming through the water. So saw a lot of brim in here. Figured I'd switch to some brimish looking something. First few casts, fish on. So hopefully we're on to something with that, because I'm gonna need some luck to not have to stay another day. And it's not that I mind staying another day, but I've got a date with some guys to go fishing the river in Minnesota for trophy smallmouth. So yeah, there's that. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd stay in Wisconsin for a couple weeks and fish, but oh, here we go. Oh, another little one, but so far this bait is producing and it's small enough that even the little ones can get it. But I have caught big fish on that bait, so we're gonna keep grinding. That dude don't even make, oh, good Lord. That little guy ain't even 9 inches. He's like 8 3/4. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm feeling the pressure. Wasn't meant for the weather. Can always make excuses though. But if it wasn't meant for the weather, I'd have wrecked them already. Wasn't for that rain, we would have got more on the Eau Claire River. Dang it. Head down, Chad. Head down. Doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. He don't count, but I caught him in the mouth. Look at that. Cannibalism. But that's what I'm mimicking. That's what I'm mimicking right there. And when a group of them follow along behind the bait, pecking at it, it's like you got a school of bait fish that you're fishing. And then when the bass sees them all and he takes off after them and they all scatter except your bait's what's left to get eaten. Is that a little better fish? Oh, a lot better fish, actually. A lot better fish, actually. A lot better fish, actually. It's a good little chunker right there, boys and girls. Come for numbers and catch a little donk. We need a few more of these. All right, guys, so I caught about 6 or 7 more fish off camera because I was trying to take my time and save some space on footage because I didn't clean my cards off yesterday. But they're biting, getting them on these chatterbait, this mini chatterbait. So got about 45 minutes left and I still need like 8 or 9 fish. But I am getting into that time of the day where you can get the 8 or 9 fish. So we'll see how it works out. We need 1 more fish, and what I've done is I've downsized to the kind of wacky rig with a naked hook trick worm. I've caught about half on a chatterbait, about a third on a chatterbait, about a third on a spinnerbait, and about a third on a SENKO. And then they were just pecking at the SENKO and wouldn't take it, so I decided to downsize a little bit more. I downsized to this finesse worm, and I've caught 2. I need 1 more fish. 1 more fish, and we're not going to blow any doors off. We're not going to set any records, but we will have accomplished knocking out Wisconsin so that I can move on. And guys, I've caught a lot of great fish here. Had a good time. I was cramped for time. I had 2 weather days. I'm making excuses, but that's one of the things I didn't really think about when I set off to do this Catch 22 challenge, is how many days you would have to eat for just weather and footage backing up and, you know, things that you normally do for your job, like conference calls and all that good stuff to run a business. And it has literally been a challenge, mentally, physically, financially. You know, $5 a gallon gas everywhere, and traveling has not been easy. But man, I'm really committed to raising awareness for what this stands for, which is to figure out a way to raise some money, to put more people through this program with Mission 22, and then to start raising money for scholarships for the children of deceased, disabled, and, you know, ultimately even deployed veterans who otherwise wouldn't have a chance to go to college or tech school or whatever. So yeah, 1 more fish. There it is. Oh my Lord, look at that thing. But I will take it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna get this thing measured. I'm gonna get loaded up, and I'm gonna get on the road, headed west to Minnesota and then to North Dakota. Mission accomplished.